Okay, I think we're connected. Just check the YouTube window quickly. Yep. Alright. Looks like we're good to go. So, after a few weeks off, this is Arafellin, back with more exploration of a randomly generated world on Journeyman difficulty, that's the medium option, in 7 Cities of Gold for the Atari 8-bit systems. Which often had surprisingly good music. Okay, we press start to get started, which is F2 in this. Option to resume after entering the disk, so switch disk to there. Start select option was F4. Okay. And we're off. Or at least we're loaded. Just to remind everyone where we are, we'll quickly stop at home to show our maps and discovery progress. See, we're up to 87% of the land. I determined pretty definitively with the novice run-through that total land goes over 100. If you're missing some, you can still have 100%. But there's a fair amount of gaps in both continents. There's room for there to be stuff out in the oceans to the northeast, southwest, or southeast. Maybe even in the northeast, but I don't think so. I think we covered this area pretty well. As I keep mentioning, one of the annoying things about the mapping in this game is that you can't tell the difference between explored ocean and unexplored ocean. Everything that's unexplored just looks like water. But anyway, as I mentioned in the description, the goal for today is to head over to the northern continent and fill in those missing pieces of it. So I'll check in with the outfitters to see what I have in the way of supplies, and I definitely need more manpower. I found I tend to burn through men pretty quickly on this difficulty, and you don't want to run out. I have 8 ships, so I can carry a good amount of stuff. Let's go about 5,000 goods. A little higher. And there. Title Captain, level Journeyman. I think your title can improve as if the crown recognizes you for your accomplishments. Anyway, to start with, you want to sail due west, and eventually we'll bump into it. And figure out where to go from there. It will take a few weeks to get there because the northern continent is further west than the southern one. We have a storm, which you seem to have gotten through unscathed. Yeah, I've gotten the impression that storms tend to look and sound scarier than they actually are. You probably don't want to linger in them, but as long as you kind of go through pretty quickly, you'll probably be fine. Oh, we've lost some men already. I think I was at 151 to begin. So yeah, there is some empty gaps in the northeastern part of the continent, which were right. This is the furthest eastern reaches of it, so I want to sail up the coastline. I think there was a river up here. And rivers, of course, will facilitate exploration. Oh, I left the cache here. Let's go trade with village. And make it 400-ish. Trade with village and see what I can pick up from the cache I left there. We've had friendly irrigations with these guys before, so they're not going to be too aggressive, although they do sometimes still get in your way. And in your personal space. And if they get in your personal space, then your men tend to get shooty. Oh, you're feeling greedy today. There. Anyway, I want some more food, but mostly I want the bearers, so I can carry more of whatever I left at the cache. Probably goods. Yep. Yeah, because I think my ship was overloaded. But not this time. Okay. So that's one cache successfully collected. It does seem that they will stick around indefinitely. Oh yeah, there's the river. Just come up here. Okay, there's a village there. Perfect. Don't want to carry too much, but we do want enough to be able to trade for a while if we're going to be going inland. Oh, right. I want food. Not too much because I'm going to be trading for more, but enough to be able to trade. Or enough that I don't have men starving on the way to a village. Because, of course, if you have men starving, that means not only do you have fewer men, you're also dropping stuff. Okay. Stock up on food. We're at a healthy 25. And yes, there is an unexplored area just to the west of the river there. So we'll come up to the river to speed travel. And when it bends to the south, just keep going west. Yep, okay, that's filled in. Any gold mines in the area? Sounds like no. Wait, I saw a weird dot on the village. Maybe that's how you're supposed to spot villages you haven't been to yet. But I can't remember having seen that before, but I'm also not sure I stopped and watched for it before. So that's something to try if I'm in an unexplored area and don't have villages showing up on their own. Just sit still for a bit, see if anything pops up. Okay, so that looked like unexplored area on the big map to the south, but I think it's just a lake. But there's definitely stuff to the southwest. So we'll head that way. Trekking overland. Yeah, that's just a lake. But yeah, there's a big chunk of unexplored land to the southwest here. And it looks like there's a river that heads straight into it, so I guess I didn't explore up this river earlier. Yeah. We'll start with the river and then hit the west side. Oop, there's a bigger town. I think I can slip between these. And because it's a larger town, you get more helpers, which means you can carry more supplies. Okay, so there's a bit to the east there, so I'll go over to that and then back to the southwest. Remember to check for gold. No response. I do kind of wish there was an option to ask for help instead of having to just sit here and wait for it and not knowing whether you've waited for long enough. But that's how the game works. Oh, wait. I've already been here? If I've already been here, then why wasn't the map filled in? Come on, let me through. Goods are starting to get low, but I have enough food on hand that it won't be an immediate problem. Okay, I need to keep heading this way to get back to the river. There's the river. And I'll explore that to the source, which will be a little discovery. Okay, I can go a little further. No sign of gold, but I thought I saw the village flicker. Well, city. Okay. Amaze the natives. That should help with trading. Except I wasn't quite close enough. So we'll save some goods for later. So I'll head down to the other river just to make sure I hit the source. And yeah, that's already discovered. Don't need to trade at the moment, so we'll just drop in to have that count as found. And here's an area of broad plains. Okay. Looks like I can just go north from here and be fine. Amaze the natives and be on our way, and leave them something to talk about for years to come. Or at least a few weeks. There's some rich prairies. Another Inca city. There was Ben back over the river too, which I didn't stop in because I was planning to trade with it on the way back, but I don't think that's really necessary, so I'll just stop by here to say hi and then be on my way. Get back to exploring. Okay. Stop for a second to listen for gold. Nope. There's a swamp over here. Is this count as a discovery? I've already been here. Well, it looks like that's filled in now, so that's good. Here's a river. Okay, I've already been here. That looks like the river that goes back north, so we'll take that. Well, first let's go to the source just to make sure I didn't miss it. Or wait. Is this the... No, this is the river I just went up. Oh, no, this is a further west river. I need to go back to the east to finish exploring. Okay. Ugh. Confusing myself here. Right, back past the swamps into the more forest area. And now we're almost done exploring this area. There is another unexplored chunk down to the southwest, but I think I'll get that from the southern shore because it's relatively close to that. Oh, come on. I go to that trouble to avoid the guy and he bumps right into me. Alright, load up my food and that should be enough to get back to the ship, no problem. Okay, February, so it's still kind of wintry. And I just follow the river and that will go right back to the ship and we'll be good. And I think I'll keep sailing around the north side of the continent. The ship, I think, was right over here. No, that's a different town. Check them out. Okay, yeah, I want to go upstream further, which is... or downstream, rather, which is this way. It's... I want to say up because it's north, which is up on the map, but downstream is always towards the sea, regardless of which compass direction it is. Okay. So far, we're off to a pretty good start. Sail around this little peninsula and keep going. Yeah. If I see a village along the way, I might want to stop and trade, get some more food. But 40-some weeks will last a decent line. Oh, there's one. Perfect. No need to take too much in the way of goods because it can't carry an infinite amount. Right, you can only carry so much food, so if you take too much in the way of goods, you won't be able to fit enough of that because the goods also take up weight. Okay. So it was 20 men to create a mission. All right. They've created a mission for what it's worth. And 60-some weeks of food on the boat. We should be good to go. As I recall, it's a little ways before there's another village. The northern stretch of the continent was pretty much abandoned. And it's also a pretty decent ways before we get to unexplored territory. The next unexplored section is along the northern slant of the western edge of the continent. All right. sail along the coastline, but not too close to it. That goes down and before coming back to the west, so if I go southwest, I should run back into it before too long. Right around in the area I want to explore. It's a mountainous region. Yeah, here we're back to land. There's the little dot there that I'm pretty sure was one of those hidden villages. So, yeah, let's go ahead and raid it. Yeah, Lost City. They're just here. Take all the gold you can carry. And then the city is gone. But big chunk of gold for basically no effort. Okay, there's a river down there, so head over to the river to start with. I can't remember whether I found any villages in this area, though. So it'll take some goods, but mostly food. Okay, I have at least stopped here. No sign of any towns yet. Alright, I haven't seen anything and I'm running low on food, so I need to head back to the boat. This must be why I haven't explored the area. I may need to keep going until I find a village I've been to and then double back. Because there's a sizable inland area here I have not explored. But the southern face of the western continent, or yeah, the southern face of the western side of the continent I have explored pretty well. So there should be several towns in that area that I've been to. Well, that doesn't help. Ideally, I want to find one near. Oh, here we go. Perfect. So I'll take most of the manpower and a decent amount of food. Good. All right, because I'm coming in from the west, so I'm the west side. Yeah, that is a nice touch. It took me a little while to notice. Is that whichever direction you enter a habitation from, that's where you'll be on the map of the area. Drop off the food, grab some more goods, and be off to explore. Right, so mostly I'm looking to the north, so let's head that way. Have I been here? Yes. There's the river. But I want to keep going north to get to that large, unexplored area. Here's a town I'm pretty sure I have not been to. Amazing, the natives will get them to back off, but remember, it only works the first time you visit a village. Okay, so northeast, I think. And up into the mountains. It's going to be fairly slow going. There's a town. I'm good on food for the moment, so I'll just do that. Get them registered. Yes, this is definitely a mountainous region. Which sometimes means gold mines and sometimes just not. Try and weave between the mountains to keep the pace a little higher. Oh, that's appropriate. It is an area of vast mountains. We're kind of in the otherworld equivalent of the Rockies, or so it would seem. Alright, keep heading east. Perfect. They sound angry. Sneak between them, head towards the chief, and try to have that active when I go to trade so he doesn't demand tribute. And there we go. Alright, so just a little more to fill in here. Yeah, I've already been to that river system down there. And here's the end of that river I saw further north. Okay, that's one more town discovered. Okay, there's some more to the northeast I haven't explored. Looks like more mountainous going. Yeah, there's going to be mountains all across this area because and there's a mountain range to the northeast, there's a mountain range to the southwest, so it's going to be connected. That's just the way land masses go. They have a pretty realistic land generation algorithm that reportedly takes into account plate tectonics and that sort of stuff. So you'll get mountain ranges that actually look like mountain ranges would. Just a solid, massive mountains where two continental plates pushed together sometime thousands of years in the past. Hypothetically, anyway. Alright, now just follow the coastline back and hope to run into someone on the way. Go up to moderate pace. Oh, here's a town. Make a break for the chief. Take a bit of gold. And food. Okay, now let's just head along the coast back to the ship. Here's a village that was here all along, but I couldn't see. That's the advantage of starting at a village and exploring with help, is you will see villages much more easily. Whereas if you're just going by on your own, you'll probably see nothing, even if there is something there. This didn't seem to be the case on Novice, although possibly there are just fewer villages like that, and most of them are out in the open. I don't know, you can't prove a negative. Just because I didn't see something doesn't mean there didn't exist. Okay, and then there's one more chunk further inland to the east, which I think I'll get to from the south shore. Okay, I've traded with them before. Come on. Give me a little room here. Kind of circle around them. I don't like it when they clump up like that. But I think we're good to go. There. Alright. Let's just take all the gold. Going back to the ship pretty soon anyway. Yeah, just head south, and we should be good. And somewhere around here, I think it was a little further south. Yep, right next to a village. And we're off. This might be enough to get around the peninsula I'm seeing to the south. Not quite. There's a river there. Should I take that and go inland? I'm not sure it'll go far enough to reach where I'm going, but it's worth a shot. Yes, the big map unfortunately does not show the rivers. It's too zoomed out for that. But there is conveniently, I think this is an Incan city. So that will give a large amount of carrying capacity. Got to the chief without too much trouble. Yeah, it can be awfully fussy about whether you're close enough. Okay, 59 weeks of food, and I've used up all my goods. I'll just drop by the ship long enough to drop some gold off and get some more goods. Actually, drop some food off. There's no real point in having anything other than a multiple of 10. Well, maybe there is. Your gifts are 10s, but I don't know why it does that. I think it thought I was trying to walk on the water tile next to the ship. Okay, this doesn't go too far, but it is in the right general direction, so I'll use it as a starting point. Okay, I'm seeing it up to the northeast there. That is the unexplored region I want to fill in. Bigger than I thought, with rivers pointing at it from both ends. So I suppose I just went to the sources of the rivers and then just stopped. That sounds right. If I was doing a cursory expedition, that's what I would have done. Just go as far as the river takes you and stop there. But at this point, I want to fill in more of the map, so I'm exploring more thoroughly. Let's head north first and then circle back and head south on the other side. And since I came in from the bottom right, I should need to go up and left. Yep. Perfect. Yep, just a little more north and then back to the south on the west side. And this will be filled in, and I think that's in the entire northern continent then. There might be something out to the northwest in the ocean, or even just west or southwest, but I'm going to leave that for another time, or at least considering it for another time. Depending on how the next few exploration trips turn out, I think next time I'll go to the southern continent, fill in that, and see where my percentages are afterwards. But for now, we're doing a little trading. There's a chief. Okay. Guess I'll leave some goods here. Yeah, that's fine. Problem with making a mission is you have to leave a decent amount of men behind, which means you have fewer people with your expedition, which means you can't carry as much. Yeah, let's just amaze them and leave. Okay, and a little further south. Okay, that's all filled in. Huh. Didn't stop here when I was at the river before? Evidently not. I would have thought I would, but yeah. Save that for pretty much the last second. And I didn't quite get to the trade in time. Yeah, food weighs a lot more than gold. Okay, I want to go south and a bit west to get back to that river. Turns out I could have used a more northern river to get further inland more easily, but that's not how we did it. Right, I've already been here. As I'm pretty sure I've noted before, it would be nice if there were an easier way to tell whether you've been to a village or not than actually stepping in and seeing how they respond. But anyway, here's the river. I've probably been to those. Okay, we're back to the ship with a sizable amount of gold, plenty of food, still some goods if I feel like stopping to trade somewhere. So we should be good. Just get back to 30 latitude, head back to Europe, and see what our progress is. Should be able to head straight east for a while. We'll eventually bump into the southern continent, I think. I kind of grazed the northern one a little too close there. No harm done this time. Hmm. Yeah, I'll leave it for later. I was thinking about stopping and doing a little exploring there, but I think for now, just head back to port and call it a day. Okay, we're at 0 degrees. Let's head northeast for a while. If I get a warning about latitude, I'll stop, check it, and adjust. But it's going to be a little while before I'm far enough east for that to be a concern. Didn't have a lot of casualties today. That's good. I started with, I think, a bit over 100, or maybe it was 150. Either way. And left 20 at a mission, so. Or were there two missions? I think there were two missions. So, yeah, I didn't lose that many men at all. So maybe actually being a little more careful about the food situation and so forth was a good thing. Okay, if that gets a little closer, I'll double back through it. Wait for that to blow by. Okay, 30 north. Just head east and we'll be back home. Presumably without incident. I'm I did find out rather painfully in an earlier video that if you go at the wrong latitude, your expedition can be lost and you'll just lose all the progress you made in that entire session. But I'm pretty sure if you go at the latitude they want you to be at, you'll make it back no problem, even if half your food spoils along the way for no reason. So we'll see what the council has to say. The throne, rather. That's the... Oh. Since last visit, your performance has been fair, but overall rating is still poor. I don't know what determines that specifically. I think it is linked to your exploration progress and how much gold you bring in. I press Option to save. And finally, head home to see where we're at progress-wise. Land has gone up 7% since last time. River's gone up 4%. Natives, 9% increase. No new mines, but 15% additional special. It looks as though the northern continent is completely filled in now. That little blue dot towards the eastern section is a lake, so that's not unexplored land. And as you can see, the mountain range looks like an actual mountain range. It kind of curves along the coastline, a little bit inland. It's this solid mass of mountainous area. It kind of makes sense, and it looks like we have something similar on the southern continent, where there's kind of a one range here and then another range down here that kind of splits off in two directions. In any case, this has been Arafellin playing 7 Cities of Gold on Journeyman difficulty, and it looks like we're done exploring the northern continent. There may be some more natives and mines to find. I've probably found all the special stuff there, and almost certainly all of the land, but there's more of the southern continent to fill in. There may be some islands out in the ocean. Just based on where things are, I'm feeling probably around somewhere in the southwest seems likely. But we'll come back to that another time. For now, have a good week, and I'll be back probably next weekend at around the same time. So if you're interested, check back in then. Feel free to like and subscribe and all that, and yeah, have a good week.